This is your Cosmic Briefing, a short clip from the Urantia book for dummies. Please, stand by.
The path from where we are, both as an individual and as a civilization, to where we need to get to, is not an easy one to walk. It requires discrimination, determination, and a great deal of balance. The path to the next stage of development requires balance, purpose, and ability to understand your destiny. These are the same elements that the tightrope walker must have in order to maneuver from his place of origin to his destination. The tightrope walker is one of the great metaphors for our journey through life. So it's useful to demonstrate the importance of balance here in this section. The act of tightrope walking is called funambulism. But on the pathway to life, sometimes it isn't so much fun. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche used the metaphor of a tightrope walker, walking between chaos and stagnation, over an abyss, as a metaphor for humanity in the process of transforming from the current stage of human consciousness to a more advanced stage. The Obermensch is what he called it, which means the overman or higher self, sometimes translated as the Superman or just Superman, which the Urantia book calls the superconscious human being. This symbol of the Obermensch points us to Nietzsche's notion of wholeness, what the Urantia book refers to as self-mastery, self-control, what we often refer to as self-actualization, self-overcoming, the prerequisites to wholeness, and the characteristics of the superconscious overman. The tightrope is a good analogy of quivering on the very brink, a dangerous thing. The object of the metaphor is to demonstrate the need to avoid either of two opposite bad situations, which seems to be the story of our lives. And so it requires both incredible balance and faith in the apparatus and an incredible focus on purpose to walk this tightrope of our life and to get across to the other side of building a life and building a society, attempting to bring harmony out of chaos, beauty out of potentials, truth out of meanings, and goodness out of values. Nietzsche has this character of his go on named Zarathustra. He says, Zarathustra looked at the people and wondered, and then he spoke thus: Man is a tightrope walker on a rope stretched between the animal and the Superman, walking on a rope over an abyss, a dangerous crossing, a dangerous wayfaring, a dangerous looking back, a dangerous trembling and halting. And Zarathustra spoke thus to the people: I teach you the overman. Man is something that shall be overcome. He went on, all beings have created something beyond themselves, a great wave of civilization crashing forward in an ever-progressing flow of evolution. And so Zarathustra asks, do you want to be the ebb of this great flood and even go back to the beasts rather than overcome the present state of affairs and evolve into the overman? He says, what is the ape to man but an amusement? And today's man shall be just that for the overman, an amusement, but a kinder, gentler form of amusement, one of admiration and compassion for the incredible courage and challenges their ancestors, who are us, the people who faced the challenges of their world and brought them, the overman, into existence. Here, Nietzsche metaphorically introduces the tightrope walker as the connection between the fear-based animal nature of humans and the superconscious overman, or higher man, walking the journey of evolution from the animal to the human, from the human to the overman, on a tightrope walk to our destiny. He says, "What is great about human beings is that they are a bridge and not a purpose. What is lovable about human beings is that they are crossing over and going under, hand over hand if necessary, whatever it takes to progress, to pull us out of the state of anomie and interregnum and get on with evolving our life and our civilization. We are not the finished product of evolution. Humans act mostly as a sort of bridge between animal instinct and our superior self. Zarathustra argues that humans must evolve by looking inward and severing the primal animal urges that keep us down. For this, he uses the parable of the tightrope walker who is making this dangerous journey between both spheres of existence, from the immature animal mind to the perfecting superconscious mind of the mature individual building a mature society, the Superman. Nietzsche is telling us that we are unfinished animals, walking our tightrope of life between our animal origin, sometimes called our lower self, which we all know quite well, and our destiny, or our higher self, which we also know but maybe not quite as well. This is Nietzsche's overman, the superhuman future of the human species. But what is it that separates this higher self from the lower self? Here the Urantia book is incredible in its explanation. It fully and completely tells us how we got to where we are. In paper 160, section 1, we read this: "Animals respond nobly to the urge of life, but only man can attain the art of living, albeit the majority of mankind only experience the animal urge to live. Animals know only this blind and instinctive urge. Man is capable of transcending this urge to natural function. Man may elect to live upon the high plane of intelligent art, even of celestial joy and spiritual ecstasy. Animals make no inquiry into the purposes of life, therefore they never worry, neither do they commit suicide. Suicide among men testifies that such beings have emerged from the purely animal stage of existence, and to the further fact that the exploratory efforts of such human beings have failed to attain the artistic levels of mortal experience. Animals know not the meaning of life. Man not only possesses capacity for the recognition of values and the comprehension of meanings, but he also is conscious of the meaning of meanings. He is self-conscious of insight. We let our animal origin, fear-based imagination run away with us, instead of allowing us to focus on the immediate task of restoring balance within the human heart and the human mind energy system. Worry is just a negative imagination. 90% of the things we worry about never happen. What we see in this metaphor of the tightrope walker is the maturing process, both of the individual and humanity as a whole. As we move forward in this narrow path towards our destiny, we are moving to the next stage of our life cycle as an individual, and at the social level, another stage of our civilizational development, as we have been explaining throughout these sections of Chapter 2, with the spiral of evolutionary development. Only a brave person is willing, honestly, to admit and fearlessly to face what a sincere and logical mind discovers.
This has been a Cosmic Briefing, a short clip from the Urantia book for dummies. Please click the subscribe button above and then follow these links for a full presentation of this briefing. Thank you.